Dawn, thick fog hung over the rubber forests and grassy hills of the Surin-Otter-Minchi border like a gray-white blanket. Cold wind swept through the canopy. Not a bird sound, not an engine sound. Only the sound of dry leaves rustling, and the sound of hearts beating fast in the chests of border guard crews on both sides. At the highest hill in Surin province, the Thai radar crew suddenly saw dozens of large, bright dots moving steadily from the east, less than 10 kilometers from the border. The screen flashed red, bright dots forming a clear tank formation. Urgent report immediately transmitted to the Northeast Regional Command. At the same time, across the Preah-Vihear border, Cambodian radar also detected a Thai armored convoy gathering along the defense line. In the underground war room, red lights flashed continuously. Senior officers on both sides almost simultaneously ordered maximum alert level raised. Thousands of soldiers left barracks in silence, marching to designated positions. Sound of tracks grinding earth rang out steadily, sound of soldiers zipping armor, loading ammo. The cold air suddenly felt heavy as lead. By 7 o'clock, a Thai patrol team spotted a group of Cambodian soldiers crossing the border marker by about 500 meters, carrying heavy weapons. Order to fire warning shots rang out immediately. 3 rifle bursts cracked dryly in the forest, echoing off cliffs, causing birds to fly in panic. The Cambodian side responded with a submachine gun burst, bullets embedding in rubber tree trunks, spurting white sap. The two sides hadn't clashed yet, but the fragile boundary had been torn apart. On Thailand's highest observation post, telescopes turned east. Columns of Cambodian military vehicles appeared clear in sight, red dust billowing. Air defense radar detected strange drone signals circling low. The order ready for combat was transmitted on all frequencies. The border, hundreds of kilometers long, shrank to just a few hundred meters of disputed land. Mist gradually cleared, revealing black cannon muzzles slowly turning towards each other. Metal clashing, engines roaring, shouted commands ringing out everywhere. Everything waiting for a single shot to explode. 9:30, the sun rose high, dispelling the last layer of mist. On the high hills of Surin province, 12 Thai self-propelled artillery batteries simultaneously lowered their barrels. Gunner crews pulled cords, loaded shells, eyes never leaving the sights. The dry sound, fire, rang out in the headsets. More than 150 155mm shells left barrels at the same time, the screaming sound tearing the wind prolonged like a demon howling in broad daylight. 30 seconds later, the Cambodian side erupted with columns of black and red smoke. The border outpost near Preah-Vihear Temple was torn apart, tin roof flying off, flagpole snapping in two. Cambodian infantry units digging fortifications hurriedly lay flat, earth and rocks splashing onto heads. Screams mixed with explosions echoed throughout the valley. Less than 5 minutes later, Cambodian artillery from deep within the territory responded. 200-pound shells screamed over the Thai positions, exploding amidst the maneuvering armored vehicle formation. A command vehicle took a direct hit, turret flying more than 30 meters, fire erupting violently. Thai firefighters rushed out amidst the rain of bullets, pulling wounded comrades into foxholes. At the same time, along the red dirt road near Osmak town, 3 Cambodian tank divisions suddenly crossed the buffer zone. Tracks crushing barbed wire, red flag with yellow star flying. Thai anti-tank teams from roadside bushes raised javelin launch tubes. 3 missiles flew out almost simultaneously, drawing 3 white smoke lines across the field. 2 Cambodian tanks exploded from the inside, turrets flying into the sky like fireballs. The third broke a track, turning sideways into a sitting duck for a volley of 105mm artillery fired from afar. On the highest command post, Thai officers monitored via drones. A long smoke line stretching from south to north, signaling Cambodia had thrown the reserve division into battle. The order increased support fire was issued immediately. Self-propelled artillery engines roared again. The ground shook like a small, prolonged earthquake. Black smoke gathered into a giant cloud covering the eastern sky. Explosion sounds could no longer distinguish which side fired, only a continuous, terrible chain of sound remained. 11 a.m., white sun like pouring fire onto the rubber forests. that had burned into a wall of fire kilometers long. Hot wind blew back, carrying the smell of burning rubber and roasted flesh. In the Prasat Tamon sparse forest area, 4 Cambodian infantry divisions quietly crossed the buffer zone, formation stretching like a black snake under the canopy. Thai artillery crews on high hills suddenly saw moving black shadows. Before they could raise the alarm, hundreds of 120mm mortar shells fell like rain, the characteristic whoosh whoosh tearing the wind, then exploded continuously amidst the defensive formation. Earth and rocks flew higher than human heads. Old rubber tree trunks split in two, crashing down on soldiers lying flat. Cries of pain mixed with the sound of tearing metal. In thick smoke, Cambodian infantry rushed out of the forest. No charge cries, only the sound of thundering running feet and bayonets fixing onto guns. Thai soldier groups jumped up, machine guns firing wildly. Tracer bullets drew long red lines amidst the dim, smoky space. A Thai sergeant just loaded a new magazine when a grenade landed right at his feet, exploding, throwing him and 3 comrades out of the trench like torn sacks. At the same time, in the dry salt field south of Sisaket, Cambodian tanks appeared from the high dike, 24 units. Foul formation, main guns firing simultaneously. Each 30-kilo armor-piercing shell rushed with terrifying velocity, piercing the front armor of Thai tanks. 3 units caught fire immediately, turrets flung far, soldiers inside trying to crawl out were wiped out by enemy roof machine guns. Thai anti-tank teams reacted instantly. From bushes along the canal, shoulder-fired missile tubes poked up. 4 missiles flew out at once, drawing 4 white smoke lines across the field. 3 Cambodian tanks exploded from the inside, turrets flying into the sky like fireballs. The 4th had broken tracks, turned sideways, becoming a sitting duck for a volley of self-propelled artillery fired from afar. In the sky, Thai Cobra helicopters roared, diving low. Pilot dropped napalm canisters. Firebombs fell onto the dry rice field, creating a wall of fire higher than 15 meters. Wind blew back. Fire spread quickly towards the Cambodian infantry formation just crossing the canal. Terrified screams rang out as flames swallowed dozens of people in a flash. The sun rose to its zenith, but only black smoke and red fire remained. Gunfire ceaseless. Like frenzied war drums, no one wanted to stop. Late afternoon, red sun like blood spreading over the dry Sisaket salt field. Hot wind carried black smoke from the burning forest flowing back towards Thailand like a living monster. In a narrow valley near Kap Choing town, 4 Cambodian infantry divisions opened a second spearhead attack, arrowhead formation rushing straight into the gap Thailand just left after the artillery barrage. Thai combat engineer teams had laid thousands of anti-tank mines over the previous 3 nights. When the leading armored convoy was less than 600 meters from the border, the ground exploded in a long chain. 18 vehicles were thrown into the air, tracks broken, hulls spinning, then falling down, creating giant fire pits. Horrible metal screaming drowned out engine sounds. The remaining ones tried to detour, but the steep mountainous terrain did not permit. From 2 hillsides, Thai anti-tank teams opened fire simultaneously. Armor-piercing rounds flew out as dozens of red light streaks, piercing the reactive armor of Cambodian vehicles. One was hit in the auxiliary ammo depot, exploding into a fireball higher than 60 meters, illuminating the whole valley like daytime. Debris flew hundreds of meters, cutting high-voltage power lines, causing the whole area to suddenly sink into darkness. Meanwhile, at the dry salt field to the south, Thai infantry utilized the smokescreen to counterattack. Hundreds of black paratroopers dropped from helicopters, white shroud lines gleaming under the firelight. They landed right behind the Cambodian formation, trying to save stuck armored vehicles. Not a shout, only the sound of bayonets fixing onto guns and grenade pins being pulled with a zip. Close quarters combat erupted amidst burning vehicle piles. Fire cast shadows of struggling people. Daggers glinted. Hot blood sprayed onto faces. Further north, Thai long-range artillery fired a fire dragon volley. Hundreds of guided rockets flew over fighting troops, drawing long fire curves against the pitch-black sky. They fell on the Cambodian logistics area 18 kilometers from the border, The main ammo depot exploded into a pillar of fire hundreds of meters high, explosions echoing like continuous thunder. The whole eastern sky glowed red for 15 minutes. Wind changed direction, bringing thick, black smoke flooding into the valley. Soldiers on both sides coughed violently, eyes stinging, but no one stopped. Sound of metal clashing, tracks grinding on wrecked vehicles, shouting in two languages blended into a wordless, deadly music. Under hellish firelight, the border was no longer a line on a map, just an endless long strip of scorched earth. The first night, the sky was pitch black. Only rocket fire streaks cut across. From Utapao Air Base, 18 Thai F-16 seconds and 8 Gripens took off simultaneously, jet engines screaming, tearing the night. They flew low near treetops, lights off, using only infrared and terrain maps for navigation. Meanwhile, a Cambodian logistics convoy over 5 kilometers long, moving on Highway 214, was locked tight by US-Thai radar. The airstrike order was issued coldly. Pilots dropped GBU-39 guided bombs, each weighing 250 kilos, falling precisely amidst trucks carrying rocket, ammo, and fuel. The main fuel depot exploded into a fire pillar, over 300 meters high. Secondary explosions rang out continuously, turning the entire convoy into a chain of glowing red fireworks amidst the night forest. In the air, Thai Cobra helicopters flew low, sweeping rockets into vehicles still trying to escape. Each rocket pulled a long fire trail, piercing fuel tanks, then exploding inside. Trucks flipped over, Cambodian soldiers jumped out of cabins and were wiped out by 20mm machine guns on the red dirt road. On the Cambodian side, shoulder-fired air defense teams poked up from the rubber forest. Dozens of white smoke streaks flew, chasing Thai aircraft. 3 F-16 seconds were hit, spinning, crashing into fields like burning red meteors. Pilots ejected, falling straight into the burning area. White parachutes not yet deployed were swallowed by flames. 15 minutes later, Highway 214 was completely silent. Only red burning vehicle piles remained, and black smoke standing upright obscuring the moon. The main logistics convoy of 6 Cambodian divisions had been wiped out, fire spread to forests on both sides of the road, turning night into glowing red day for 30 kilometers. Night wind blew hard, carrying the smell of burning oil and roasted flesh across the border. In the sky, remaining Thai aircraft turned back, leaving behind a long trail of fire, like a death sentence for the coming war in fiercer days. 5 a.m. on the second day, early mist mixed with ash and dust still hovered. From Kap Choing Forest, 5 Thai mechanized divisions simultaneously left hiding positions, spearhead formation rushing straight into the buffer zone Cambodia had just occupied last night. No artillery support, no airstrikes, only the sound of tracks grinding earth and engines roaring, drowning out forest bird sounds. Thai tank crews closed, turret hatches tight, leaving only narrow sight slits. 105mm main guns fired continuously while moving, more than 200 rounds per minute flying towards the Cambodian infantry formation, trying to dig fortifications. Earth and rocks flew up, trenches were leveled, Cambodian soldiers lying flat were run over by tracks like weeds. In the rubber forest, close quarters combat erupted. Thai infantry jumped off vehicles, rushing into smoke and fire with bayonets and pistols. No shouting commands, only the sound of bayonets fixing onto guns with a zip, and the sound of grenade pins being pulled lightly. Soldiers on both sides were less than 10 meters apart, close enough to see each other's bloodshot eyes. Daggers clashed to sparking fire, bayonets pierced chests, hot blood spraying onto faces. A Thai company broke through into the middle of the enemy formation, using gun stocks and daggers for hand-to-hand combat. Sounds of breaking bones, gasping breath mixed with screams in 2 languages. Blood pooled under rubber tree roots, dyeing dry leaves red. At the same time, Thai tanks rolled over Cambodian barbed wire fences, main guns firing straight at machine gun nests. A Cambodian tank trying to detour was hit by 3 armor-piercing rounds in a row, exploding from inside. Turret flying further than 20 meters. Soldiers inside trying to crawl out were wiped out by machine guns on Thai tank roofs. 6:30. The buffer zone, more than 15 square kilometers wide, was pushed back towards Cambodia. Thai soldier did not stop, continued chasing, crossing the old border marker by more than 2 kilometers. The yellow-red flag was planted on just captured positions, flapping in the smoke-filled wind. The sun rose, shining red light on rubber tree trunks mottled with bullet holes. Bodies lay scattered, piled up like torn sacks. No one had strength left to cheer. Only gasping breath and wind whistling through the forest just turned into a graveyard. 10 a.m. on the second day, the sun was scorching. From Battambang, 6 Cambodian reserve divisions simultaneously crossed the border, formation wider than 20 kilometers, tanks leading 300mm rockets towed behind on artillery trucks. Without waiting for orders, they fired preemptively right from the border. Hundreds of rockets flew over Kapchong forest, drawing long red fire lines against the blue sky. They fell onto Thailand's main fuel depot at Aranyaprathet. The 50,000-liter fuel depot exploded into a pillar of fire over 400 meters high, shockwave wiping out hundreds of logistics trucks lining up. Fire spread quickly with the wind, turning the entire depot area into a glowing red sea of fire lasting all night. At the same time, Cambodian tanks rushed into the Surin field that had been burned black since yesterday, tracks crushing old comrades' wrecked vehicles, main guns firing continuously while moving. A Thai tank regiment consolidating positions was knocked out, 29 units burned black in a row, fire flaring up like giant torches. In the sky, Thai Cobra helicopters tried to fly in to suppress fire, but encountered Dunt's new air defense nets. 7 were shot down in succession, spinning crashing into fields like burning red meteors. Pilots ejected falling straight into the burning area, white parachutes swallowed by fire before touching ground. Wind blew harder. Fire spread with the wind flowing east. By midnight, the entire Aranyaprathet logistics area was submerged in a sea of fire and thick black smoke. No more gas, no more ammo, no more vehicles. Only sporadic secondary explosions from ammo depots rang out, and the sound of fire roaring like demons. That night at the border, it was no longer distinguishable which side was advancing, which side was retreating. Only an endless long strip of fire remained from east to west, and 6 Cambodian divisions still rushed forward like a herd of hungry beasts amidst the sea of fire. 2 a.m. on the third day, the sky glowed red like a hellish furnace. From Nakhon Ratchasima base, 36 Thai Black Hawk helicopters took off in the darkness, lights off, flying low near treetops. They rushed straight northwest towards Poipet, Siem Reap, the only remaining vital lifeline of Cambodia. When 8 kilometers from the border, the entire formation suddenly shot up high, then dived into the dense forest behind the 6 attacking divisions. Bay doors burst open. Over 1,500 special forces jumped continuously. Black parachute cords opened into giant flowers in the middle of the night. They landed right on National Highway 5, where hundreds of container trucks carrying rocket ammo and fuel were queuing to cross the border. Less than 2 minutes later, hand grenade explosions rang out continuously. Thai special forces cut wires, burned the first and last vehicles of the convoy, creating 2 walls of fire, stopping the entire convoy over 3 kilometers long. Cambodian guards ran out from cabins, but were taken down by silenced guns right on the road. Sound of breaking glass, tires exploding, metal warping under fire. At the same time, from the east, a Thai tank regiment suddenly appeared on the old trail. They rolled over scorched rubber forest, main guns firing straight at the stuck convoy. Each armor-piercing round pierced a container, rockets inside exploded secondarily, turning the whole convoy into a long red firework chain amidst the night forest. Fire column rose higher than 150 meters, illuminating the whole forest like daytime. Cambodian soldiers from nearby checkpoints rushed to counterattack. They used grenade launchers, firing straight at the Special Forces squad laying mines. One hit a group of 4, throwing them into the air like ragged dolls. But Thai Special Forces did not retreat, they split into small teams, slipping deep into the forest, cutting fiber optic cables, destroying small bridges, burning reserve fuel depots. By 4 a.m., Cambodia's main supply line was completely cut off. Hundreds of containers burned black in rows. Black smoke rose vertically, obscuring the just emerging Sunday. Explosions still rang out sporadically as ammo and crates continued to detonate. Thai special forces retreated deep into the forest, leaving behind a strip of fire longer than 5 kilometers, completely separating the Cambodian rear from the front line. Early wind blew hard, spreading the smell of burning oil and roasted flesh across the border region. In the sky, Thai helicopters circled back to pick up men, rotors spinning whirring amidst thick smoke. Not a single one was shot down. Mission accomplished. 10 a.m. on the third day, harsh sunlight shone down on the Surin field, burnt black into charcoal. 12 divisions, 6 Thai, 6 Cambodian, simultaneously clashed on a front wider than 30 kilometers. No more artillery support, no airstrikes, only tanks firing at close range, and infantry rushing into fire and bullets like hungry wolves. Tanks on both sides were less than 300 meters apart, main guns roaring like thunder. Each armor-piercing round flew out as a long red streak, piercing armor then exploding inside. Thai tanks exploded, then Cambodian tanks rolled over, Cambodian tanks burned, then Thai tanks rolled on. Tracks crushed bodies, blood and oil spreading mixed into a red-black mud sticking tight under the chassis. In the middle of the field, infantry rushed out of armored vehicles with bayonets and grenades. No formations left, just crowds of people stabbing each other amidst black smoke. Daggers slashing throats, bayonets piercing chests, blood spraying in spurts onto hot faces. A Thai company was surrounded in the middle of the field. They formed a circle, machine guns sweeping 4 directions until the last bullet, then rushing into close combat with gun stocks and daggers. Not a single survivor. At the same time, on the north flank, Cambodian tanks, trying to detour, crashed straight into a directional minefield remaining from the previous night. Dozens exploded at once, thousands of steel balls flying out like a storm, cutting the vehicles in half from port to starboard. Soldiers jumping out of burning vehicles were wiped out by Thai machine guns in droves, blood spraying into a red mist amidst white sunshine. 11 o'clock, Surin Field turned into a sea of fire and piled up wreckage. No longer distinguishable which side was winning. Only the sound of metal screeching as tanks rolled over comrades' bodies, and the gasping breath of survivors amidst the pile of minced meat. The sun rose to its zenith, but the air was freezing cold. 12 division had clashed, and neither side had a way to retreat. 4 p.m. on the third day, the blood-red sun hung over the Surin field, now only black smoke and burnt vehicle wreckage. The remaining 6 Thai divisions suddenly switched from frontal attack to encirclement. 3 spearheads from east, south, and north simultaneously tightened the ring of fire around the exhausted 6 Cambodian divisions. No more shouting commands, only the roaring sound of tracks and 155mm self-propelled guns firing direct at close range. Thousands of shells fell in just 15 minutes, turning the center of the encirclement into a giant fire pit wider than 10 square kilometers. Cambodian tanks were stuck fast in the middle of the burning field, tracks spinning on dry ground, unable to budge. From the south, 36 Thai Cobra helicopters rushed in at palm tree height. They dropped anti-tank rockets in salvos, each pulling a long fire trail. Cambodian tanks exploded from inside, turrets flying into the sky, then falling down, crushing the very infantry trying to escape. Horrible metal screaming mixed with shouting in Khmer. At the same time, in the north, Thai infantry jumped out of dry ditches dug since night. They advanced in rolling formation, threw smoke grenades, then rushed into the thick smoke. Bayonets glinting under firelight, daggers cutting throats so fast there was no time to scream. In just 30 minutes, 4 Cambodian regiments were cut into small pockets, tightened, and completely destroyed. The sun set gradually, dyeing the whole field red into a sea of blood. Surviving Cambodian soldiers started throwing away guns, raising hands to surrender en masse. But Thai tanks still rolled forward, tracks crushing both people and weapons. No one ordered to stop. No one wanted to stop anymore. By 8 p.m., the 6th Cambodian Division formation disintegrated completely. Over 400 tanks and armored vehicles burned black. into a giant circle of fire wider than 15 square kilometers. Bodies lay piled up so thick that the ground could no longer be seen. Gunfire gradually faded. Only the sound of crackling fire and wind whistling through corpses remained. Night fell. In the sky, no more aircraft, no more flares. Only the tangy smell of blood and burning oil blended. 6 Thai divisions sat slumped on the ground amidst the circle of fire, panting, eyes bloodshot. No one said a word. They just looked east, where container convoys were still smoldering all night. Dawn of the 4th day, the sun emerged deep red on the scorched black horizon. The remaining 6 Cambodian divisions, only less than 2 effective divisions left, began retreating chaotically to the east, leaving behind burning tanks and comrades' bodies on the Surin field. No more formation, no more commanders, only crowds of people running on foot amid smoke and fire, carrying rifles and torn backpacks, eyes wide with fear. From behind, 5 intact Thai divisions immediately pursued. Tanks and armored vehicles rushed after at maximum speed, tracks crushing everything on the road. Main guns fired straight into the scattering crowd of soldiers. Each shell exploded amidst the crowd, creating bloody red gaps on the dry ground. Cambodian soldiers fell in droves, blood spreading into long trails stretching from Surin to the old border marker. At the same time, Thai Cobra helicopters flew low, chasing 70mm rockets, wiped out groups trying to cluster in resistance. A Cambodian regiment turned back to establish a final defensive ring near Priya Vihir Hill, then was hit by 30 rapid-fire rockets, turning the whole hill into a red fireball. Bodies were thrown tens of meters, falling down the cliff like meat rain. By 10 a.m., the fleeing army had been pushed back across the border by more than 10 kilometers. Surviving Cambodian soldiers rushed into the rubber forest towards Preah Vihear, leaving behind thousands of bodies and hundreds of burning vehicles along the retreat route. Thai tanks stopped exactly at the old border marker. Main guns turned east, firing a few final volleys into remaining smoke clouds. Black smoke covered both Sisaket and Odar Minchi provinces. Looking down from above, the border was now just an endless strip of black scorched earth. Vehicle wrecks and bodies lying scattered from east to west. No more gunfire. Only the wind whistling through stumped rubber trees and crows cawing in the gray sky. 6 Cambodian divisions had disintegrated completely. The border had been pushed back to the old place, but no one dared to step across anymore. Late afternoon on the 4th day, the sun red like a dying coal set slowly behind the scorched Dangrek Range. From Bangkok and Phnom Penh, 2 urgent cables rang out almost simultaneously on all frequencies. Immediate ceasefire ordered by the UN and major powers. No one objected. Nothing left to fight for. 12 divisions that fired for 4 days and nights now remained only as numbers on casualty papers. Over 1,000 tanks and armored vehicles lay scattered from Surin to Preah Vihear, turrets flung everywhere, tracks severed. 2-meter thick concrete fortifications torn apart. Ammo depots, secondary explosions left craters tens of meters deep filled with black water. Bodies piled up into mounds. So many that bulldozers had to push them into piles to burn. On the Surin field, the remaining 6 Thai divisions lined up in a long row, guns pointed down, helmets in hand. No cheering, no smiling. Only red-rimmed eyes looking east, where the last smoke columns were still rising from the burning rubber forest. The Thai flag was raised on the highest point, flapping in the wind filled with the smell of death. On the Cambodian side, survivors quietly trudged back to Battambang and Siem Reap. No flags, no horns, only heavy footsteps on the blood-stained red dirt road. No one looked back at the border anymore. The border, hundreds of kilometers long, was now just a dead strip of land. Black burnt rubber forest, ashen fields, and old border marker posts lying scattered amidst scrap metal piles. No more buffered zone, no more dispute. Only ashen ghosts wandering amidst extinguished fires. 12 divisions had fired. 12 divisions now were just names on stoneless graves. The last sea of smoke faded in the afternoon wind. The border returned to silence, but no one dared to believe that this silence would last forever.